Oh yeah, I got something on my mind that I want to talk about with you guys of YouTube. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So DJ, turn the beat back. Alright, yes, I'm going to start doing a new segment, and this segment shall be called The World According to Steve, which was originally what I was going to start calling a video logging series. Basically, the whole point of this segment, The World According to Steve, this is basically, it's my sense of logic, it's my rant and rambling segment, if you will. And I think the first thing I need to address is this PSN crap. Now the PSN is back up, the actual shop is not up, they're still doing maintenance on the shop, but you can now sign back in, you gotta change your password, all that stuff. I was actually able to go to DC Universe Online, so I was very happy about that. And also for those of you that are wanting to get back into your DC Universe, they gave you a great reward. You get 30 marks of distinction, and you get a Batman inspired, cowl and a Two-Face evil eye mask. Basically your character, like one part of their eye will be kind of like Two-Face, if you want to call it that. You'll see what I mean if you play your game. But anyway, I am quite happy. Not just because the PSN's back up, I kind of want the shop to be back up soon. But I'm going to talk. First, I'm going to address Sony. Sony really did not do the best job in the world of addressing like the updates, like, okay, we got this done, and we got this done, and this is the stuff that we still need to do. They had a very lackluster way of letting those of us, the consumers, know about what was going on, and they would go days on end without giving us an update. And to me, at least from a business perspective, as I can kind of tell, that's not really smart. But we got a message from, I guess you can say, the head of Sony, or whatever you want to call it, thanking us for our patience and everything, and the shop the shop isn't going to be back up at least for a few more days, but I can handle that. The fact that I can now sign back in and play my DC Universe, I'm okay with that. I like that. But what I don't like, and while I kind of have to get on Sony's back for the lack of, almost like what everybody else has been saying, where they didn't give enough of a flow of information, or they didn't take it seriously at first. Hopefully this will actually make Sony realize that they need to upgrade their servers, do all of that stuff. And they said that they got welcome back packages for everyone, so I'm looking forward to that. I've got my DC Universe one. Now let's see what the PlayStation Shop has. But what I do want to address predominantly in this ramble/rant is the fans. Oh yeah, I'm going there. And this was actually inspired by a story that I read like yesterday or the day before that, I don't even remember. But it just straight up annoyed me. Because there were all these little twits and these little, like hardcore steroid abusing, frat boy drinking, dumbasses going out and trading in their PS3s for Xboxes just so they can play their Call of Duty, get their online fix. Okay, now Let me explain this to those of you who want your online so badly and you want to trade in your PS3. Let me give you a breakdown. And I picked out quite the majority of what I have out. I'm not going to dig into my closet to grab the rest of my PS3 games, but I'll name them off as I go along. Everybody's complaining about their Call of Duty, how the PSN was offline and here's an idea. Go to the bargain bin. Go to the bargain bin for PS3 and, you know, find a game that doesn't have online. Blasphemy! Single player. Single player. Single player. Single player. Has online scoreboards, but still I'll play the campaign. Has online, but still play the campaign. Single player. Single player. Single player. And single player. And Resistance has a campaign, and even if it has online. Are you getting the message here, dumbasses? Are you? Are you getting the message? You don't have to play multiplayer online and Call of Duty. There are other games. Now, this is my logic. Sorry for that. This is my logic. Why trade in a game system that you could just easily wait another couple of weeks or so, just so that way they can make sure that they get everything right so you can sign back in and play your Call of Duty? And then some people are saying, well, I'll never buy, you know, an Xbox and all that stuff. It's the typical, like, fanboyism and all that stuff. Now, granted, I don't like the term fanboy, but you know, the shoe fits when you need to wear it. And in this case, all these, you know, like, PS3 huggers and all these, you know, online, you know, like, adrenaline junkie, you know, fucking crack smack whack, you know, addicts are sitting there wanting their online fix, wanting their Call of Duty. So they trade in their PlayStation and get the exact same game, and they just get their online fix, and then they're good, and they'll trade. And see, watch. I bet half of these people, knowing now that the PS3 is going back online, some of these people are going to retrade their Xboxes in and get their old PS3s and their old Call of Duties. I swear, gamers, comic book fans, and even movie people, movie critics, are all becoming stupid nowadays. Just straight up, moronically stupid, like they have no brain or no common sense at all. The depth perception that these people have is to the length of a child with ADHD who is digging into a concrete block with a plastic spoon trying to look for a ghost, or trying to find buried treasure inside of a toilet. Now, none of that made any sense, did it? Case in point. That is my ramble. Short, sweet, to the point. I'll think about, and I'm going to be doing a ramble on Batman next.